This afternoon I'd like to share with you a free program called Audacity that I use in my classroom. Each marking period I have each of my students perform something from one of their concerts as a performance grade. In the past I've had each student stand up and play individually in class. It's worked okay, but it's very time consuming as I have hundreds of students to listen to, and it's very stressful for my students to stand up in front of their peers and perform. A couple years ago I found out about a program called Audacity that's a free download. What I do now is I set up a computer in another classroom and allow my students to have a 15-minute time window. They go over, they've learned how to use the program, so they're able to start, stop, record, and then save their project. This lets me continue to have class with only one student missing, and then I can listen to their performances whenever it works for me. So please enjoy this screenflow video of Audacity. Good afternoon. When my students are working with Audacity, they need to know how to do three basic things. They have to be able to start and stop a recording, do some basic editing, and then also save their final recording. When showing them how to start and stop, it's very simple. There's one square record key. Hit it. It begins recording your voice, so my student can start playing, singing, whatever it may be. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. When they're done, they're going to hit stop. Let's say that they didn't get a great take and they want to try it again, but they don't want to get rid of that first recording. They can simply mute the first recording, hit record again. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. They can do this as many times as they would like to get a recording that they really like. So now they've recorded a couple times, they choose which one they like better. In this case, I like my second recording much better than my first. So I'm going to just get rid of my first recording. And on my second recording, I want to do some basic editing. I asked my students to get rid of any extra time at the beginning or the end, because as I listen to hundreds of these after school, an extra 10 or 15 seconds for every single recording at the beginning and the end begins to add up. Editing is very easy in Audacity. You simply drag and highlight, hit delete. Anything extra that you've highlighted automatically disappears. I can go back and check and make sure I've gotten rid of enough of the beginning and ending stuff. Oops, sorry. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Okay, so now I've double-checked my recording. It's the way I wanted it. I've edited off the beginning and the end. Now my students need to know how to save it. When they're saving things, usually I will leave some type of flash drive already plugged into the computer, and I will prop a little piece of paper next to the computer identifying what the name of the flash drive is, so that it's very easy for them to go through and save that project. So if I would rather listen to them at home rather than at school, I can take them wherever it's more convenient for me. So in this case, I would have a labeled card sitting next to the computer that would show my students they need to save project as. They're going to bring up a warning screen every time because Audacity will only open and close in Audacity unless I export it as some type of other file, a WAV file, an MP3. In this case, we're not looking to use them for anything other than giving them that grade, so it doesn't matter that I've not exported it. It's okay that I save it in Audacity and we'll reopen it again in Audacity. In this case, I'm going to ask it to save to a designated flash drive. I would name it actually very much like Full Sail Navy Convention, so I've started using them in my class. Now their project is saved. I can go back and listen to it anytime that's convenient for me.